Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone tonight?
Hello.
Kath, I like that you zoomed way, way in so you could see.
Yeah.
I do that on certain things. Zoom in as far as I can.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Well, I'm going to get started at a point I'm usually not at. um, I usually already have my photos ready, so you're going to see me uh, go through here and do a little editing. Okay. Over here. Because I have my camera saving these DNG files.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I I turned them on when I went on vacation because I wanted the opportunity that if something happened, I would have the better file with more detail because it's like a
Right.
raw file. But once I came back from vacation, I was like, no, thank you. Go back to JPEG because if I'm taking it on my phone, I probably don't care.
Yeah. One, two, three.
I'll admit, sorry, iPhone users, what drives me nuts is when my mom sends me pictures because it takes it in that like HVEK or whatever. So I had to like buy the plugins for everything so I can open the folders and see the files and ugh.
Uh, no
This
fun.
Apple had to be different.
Of
Kath
course it
says new
did.
new technology sucks. I miss the old days.
Yeah, they're always starting something new.
I like the cameras though. I got a mirrorless one, so I really enjoy how light it is and easy it is to take with me. So there are some good things about technology.
This kid in the background.
That is awesome.
Oh
She's making
my
faces at you the
god.
whole time.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think his eyes are closed, so we're going to take that one out.
Have you used the eye open thing?
No.
Oh wait, let me pause and think. Do I use it on Photoshop or do I use it on Elements? It's really easy to do, but I think I might actually use it on Elements.
Yeah. I was going to say, well, I do have another, so, which is why I
I
took
know.
multiple photos.
I just had to stop and think, and I was like, so I did it on a picture that my parents took, and I think it was Elements that I used it on. Sorry, but it was really easy to do because I was able to say, yeah, use my dad's eyes from this picture and put them
Right.
in this picture, and it did a really good job. So it looked like his eyes were open, and my mom was so happy because it was a photo. Like they only had one copy of that photo,
Right.
and so it was like, oh, cool, it worked. I don't know. It's just funny to me when there's certain things that I'm like, nope, I actually did that in Elements because it was way easier than Photoshop. I'm sure you can do it in CC, but
Poor
sometimes you go
Olivia.
with what you know.
She's just knocked out of the. Okay, this is funny. Afterwards, after we ate, they wanted to go to the bookstore. So they went to Barnes and Nobles, and I sat in the car reading a library book.
I love it.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
One, two. I'm gonna keep the first one, I think.
Why do they put something in Elements but not Photoshop CC? Okay. I think for that, it's because they figure that people in Elements, because it's a guided edit in Elements, and I think they expect if you're using CC, you know how to do it without the guided part of it. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's just my assumption.
So I'm
They
gonna
figure you
sync.
know.
I'm gonna sync all of these to that first photo I edited, and then I'll just go back and check and make sure it all looks okay. Ah, no, that needs to come down a little bit. That's better.
You almost have like a whole other photo series with the little girl in the background.
Yes. I think I got mint chocolate chip that day. Oh god, it was so good. Okay. Export.
Have you tried the new color change though that's that's in Element or not Elements that's in Photoshop CC?
No,
Kim, I agree. I use Photoshop CC, but I could use some guidance too. So, okay, is it called the quick context bar or something like the little bar that shows up when you're in Photoshop working? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's
yeah,
kind of obnoxious because it shows up over top of your work layer at the bottom. Is it contextual bar? Something like that?
I don't know. I haven't done um, any explorations to gain any new skills. I'm just trying to hold my own at this point. Isn't that terrible?
No,
Okay.
not terrible at all. I did it the other day because when I did my layout with Liv stuff for the rainbow
Right?
sweet steals. She has a really cool alpha and it's grayscale, so you can edit it with the colors. And so using the new little contextual bar or whatever it is, I was able to like edit colors super fast rather than having to go in and do the whole color replace or whatever. It was like color replace on the bottom. So it was like saved a couple steps. So it was nice.
Hmm.
Otherwise, I'm with you. I I hate how much of my computer power like the some of the AI stuff in Photoshop takes, so I don't usually use it or anything. I did use it once to extend a photo because my photo got cut off just slightly, kind of like Olivia, but it wasn't a person.
You're like, okay.
I'm like, all right, let's try this out and see how well can you extend this. Ah, Brenda, thank you. Contextual taskbar.
Okay, let's put our little stroke around there. Welcome to Delicious. Fresh, never frozen.
Kim said when she looked at the cup, she thought it said fresh, never frozen beers. And I thought, who would freeze beer? And
Oh,
you know what my first thought was? County fair. I'm sure
yeah,
somebody at a county fair has served frozen beer because why not?
yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure
I'm
that's
sure.
out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Kathy
I like
says on
this.
Windows 10, yeah, she can only use CC 2021 on Windows 10. Yeah, not a fan of that and the fact that you can only go back so far and stuff, but I actually bought Elements separately before because they were discontinuing. Okay, what did they do? They changed it so it's like a 3-year license or something.
Hmm.
Does this ring a bell to anybody else? Because I hate to be making stuff up. But I think they changed it so you get like a 3-year license with Elements. So I bought like the last version that you could buy as a standalone version just so I would have it.
Right.
Because some days I get, which is funny because I have Affinity too. But I've been really annoyed at Photoshop, so I've been wanting to cancel it again, which, is a phase I go through. And then I decide if I can do everything I want to in one of these other programs or not. But Elements, I think, might be where I'm at this point. Except I still love Lightroom.
Oh my god, I don't know what this.
Brenda says, I've heard of wine slushies. Why not beer? County fair food is in another category. Okay, that's fair. It is. It's its own little thing. Wine slushes are awesome. Hi, Bethany. I like wine slushes, said Kim. Alamo Cinema will mix beer with ice cream to make a milkshake. And it was
Hmm.
actually good.
Okay. Foodie.
I mean, root beer with ice cream is good all the time. I don't drink, so I would have no idea what that part tastes like. I just use it in cooking sometimes.
So I don't know how well this is going to work out because there may be too much red. Dang it.
Too much red. Are you sure?
I know, right? Do, do, do. We'll see what happens.
In college, we used to put vodka in Sonic slushes. You know what? I don't. Okay. So, Halloween in Vegas is a whole other thing because it's still like 80 degrees outside, so everybody's walking around in usually shorts and stuff. But like because of their open liquor laws, people are like handing out beers and stuff as you walk. And I'm pretty sure some of them had beer slushes or wine slushes or were adding that too. Like that's how you do Halloween out there is your parents walk around drunk with you while you trick or treat.
Uh,
And if you don't drink, you enjoy the show.
right. Okay, so let me pull over. This, it's
In college, so many years ago, I would buy a lime slushy from the convenience store and add tequila, instant margarita to take to class, says Kim. Man, see, apparently you guys should try that.
okay. See, this has a lot of red in it,
It does.
but let's
It's
see what
cute.
I can do. Let's see if I can make this happen.
Back in the day, I would mix rum into the McDonald's cherry Coke slushy. Some neighborhoods do that too. Where you are, Kim, some do. Most of the places that I'm at, like they offer hot cocoa because it's cold or coldish Halloween night. Sometimes one house recently had like this big old pot of chili. They were just offering chili, and I was like, no, I'm good. You can change the colors, Cheryl. Kim would like you to know that you can change the colors.
Yes, I can.
Hi, Studio Live. It's funny the way it shows up that way.
You want to talk? She may be.
Renee says vodka goes in anything. And I laugh because I actually have made a vodka pasta before where you add the vodka and then like you let it
Right.
simmer and pretty much all of it cooks out, but it adds a nice depth of flavor. Kim says
Okay.
where she's at, they don't have many trick-or-treaters anymore. You know, I'm glad my town is holding on to that tradition. They keep bringing it up to get rid of it, and I'm just like, no, it's fun.
All right. Well, this is Culver's and it's orange, so
Why is it orange?
I don't know.
Okay, you need to change the color of that because it's not orange. That makes no sense. Has she ever been to a Culver's? Fire the designer. Just kidding.
I don't know. It's Kelly Banks.
I
I think
saw.
I've scrapped with her stuff before on a live. Don't remember. I
I
have
don't
lots
know.
of her kits though, and I like the cards.
Liv says she'll join the audio. Kim says the town still has trick or treaters. My neighborhood doesn't have many kids. So my neighborhood is really funky because we actually don't have a sidewalk on our side of the street, but we're near the school. So a lot of people will actually come to my neighborhood technically to trick or treat, but not my street. Which makes me sad because I love trick or treat. I love Halloween. It's like my favorite holiday. So it makes me kind of sad, but it's hilarious.
Okay, I don't know
Let's
how
see.
to add her.
Carly says it's 80 degrees on Halloween here. Lots of neighborhoods do jello shots.
All right, Olivia, I'm going to send you the link on Messenger, but I think you're going to have to log out and come back in.
Let's see. I like that. There's a couple people apparently who give out jello shots on Halloween. So I guess if you don't have kids, you could just go trick or treat for the alcohol. Just pretend you're with one of the other kids. Those kids are going up to that house, they got jello shots. I'm with them. Yeah, yeah. Does PS Elements use our styles we have purchased? Yes, Kathy. Sorry, Kath. I just was reading your name and didn't think of it. PS Elements, because it's an Adobe product, it will use styles. It does not separate shadows last I knew. I don't know if that has changed because I haven't played with it a ton. But um it does do styles. It'll use styles, it'll use templates.
I think I'm going to make this a little bit smaller.
Just introduce adult trick or treating. She just says keep it clean. 5 adults to take 1 kid around a neighborhood. I love it, Brenda. It's so funny though because it probably is true. Because we was walking and talking with some friends of ours, and we only had 2 kids, and I think we had like 4 adults between us, and just 2 kids walking as we were chatting. And somebody else joined us. I don't think we even had any kids. But when I was a kid, it used to be my mom and my aunt, and they would take. Oh gosh, I think at one point we had 8 kids that they were taking between the 2 of them. So it is kind of funny how that's changed.
Okay, I don't see Olivia in here yet. Let's
She'll
go
show
ahead.
up when she shows up.
Yeah, girl's on her own timeline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. She had to check her hair.
Well, I won't put her on camera
Doesn't mean
unless
she doesn't
she
have to
just
check her hair.
particularly wants to be. But oh, that's cute. I like that little frame.
I'm gonna remember that. Next time I'm having a really good hair day, I'm gonna be like, no, we're putting me on camera for a minute because I need to share my good hair day.
Yes.
It's not today, by the way. I'm having an okay hair day. It's not good. It's not bad. It's a hair day.
Poor Olivia. She's cut off.
I think it's kind of funny. Okay, let me rephrase this. The reason I think it's kind of funny is because I am the shortest one of the 3 of us, by far. But who do they keep having try and take the picture? The shortest one with the shortest arms.
And you're like, why?
So, like, I've started handing it off, and I'm like, here, you guys take the picture. But somehow I still almost always end up taking the picture. Which means a lot of times, one of them gets cut off.
You're like, I'm
I
sorry.
see the L for live. I just, if you're not going to take the picture, sorry. I
Yeah.
can't do anything about it. My arms are too short.
Yeah.
When I'm dealing with 2 6 feet tall people, my arms are too short.
Mhm. Hello, hello.
Oh,
How are y'all?
good. How are y'all?
Good. How's my grandpa?
That sounds like backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Good. He's laying on the ground over here.
Little Archie.
Archie.
It almost sounds like you're inquiring about your husband.
Yeah. Yes, it does kind of, doesn't it?
He is my son.
How
Yeah.
is my grandpa?
Yes, I am his Paw.
Aw, that's cute.
So I guess he should be something. I don't know.
A child.
Child. He's a child.
You don't like fur baby?
Yeah, we use that.
Yeah, I'm good with fur baby.
That's a very common term around here. That's why I wondered.
Fur baby.
The fur baby.
Oh, fur babies. Yeah, I've got the office door shut so that I can scrap in peace. Because my fur baby does not leave me alone. Okay.
Mine gave up on getting on getting my chair.
Mm-mm.
He has left.
He has left the building.
Yeah. He goes up and steals the bed too, but not my bed. He steals my brother's bed.
Well, my sister has moved, which is exciting.
She's now close to you.
Yeah, she is just a minute away. And so, yeah, that's been nice. But she's moved, but she's not unpacked.
Ah.
So, yeah, it's going to take a while, I think, to get all that done. But at any rate, she has a 28-pound cat.
Holy cow!
Yes.
Is that still a cat or is it a small dog?
Well, I was worried. I thought Hank was going to eat him alive Because Hank, he just has, he has the instincts of a dog.
Yes.
And, he gets very worked up. And I was afraid he was just going to get so excited that he might accidentally hurt him, not,
Right.
not meaning to.
Right.
And so that's not what happened. What happened was that Big Boy is the alpha male. And Hank is scared of the cat. That is what happened, which has led to quite a few funny incidents that we've been laughing our butts off at. Okay, I think I'm gonna.
Carly said her parents call their dogs my puppy brothers, and I think that's
Oh,
hilarious. And so we have 2 cats and 2 dogs. And one cat's like 12 pounds or something, 10 pounds. One cat is like maybe 7 pounds soaking wet. And then my dogs are both big. They're like 70 pounds, 100 pounds, right? You would think that it'd be one of the dogs that, is the ruler of the house. No, no, no. It is the smallest cat.
yeah.
And if you don't fall into line with her and what she wants at that moment, she will get you in trouble. She's a sneaky little one. Like, she will go and she'll do things, and we'll turn around and get mad at one of the dogs for doing it. And then all of a sudden we caught on the one day. We're like, wait a second. It's not the
Wait.
dog. It's the cat getting the dog in trouble.
You're like, why?
Yep.
Why would the cat do such a terrible thing?
Yeah. She's a sneaky little kid. But yeah, she rules the animals, and it's hilarious because we joke now when we leave and we're like, all right, Athena, you're the one that's in charge. But she apparently has told them all that she is in charge and they can live with it or they can leave. And since none of them can leave, they have to live with it.
So I was on the couch with Big Boy, and he was kind of like leaning up against my side, and here comes Hank, do 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 do, not very smart. He comes over and he gets really close to Big Boy's head, and so Big Boy sensed it and barely turned, and then thwap right on top of his nose. He bops Hank, and Hank goes, oh, oh, oh. And he walked off. He gets his feelings hurt so much. But like he will come in, and if he sees the cat and he's trying to walk by the cat, he will not even look at the cat. He looks the opposite direction.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But they are coming to some sort of agreement because they are. I got a picture from my sister with them butt to butt looking out the front window, um, just seeing what was out there in the world.
Aww.
Yeah, so that was
So
nice.
we have a question for you.
Okay,
Are you using your own shadows or do you use pre-made shadows?
I'm using my shadows that are pre-made.
Technically both.
Technically, both, yes.
Technically both.
Yeah. And so sometimes I use them for things they're not supposed to be used for, like, if it says a large flower, but sometimes I'll use that on a paper if I want to have a really deep shadow. So, yeah.
Her shadow styles are called Shadow Like Me, by the way. They're
Yes.
available at Sweet Shop for a very low, very, very affordable price of $5.99. And I use
Yes.
them on all my layouts, pretty much. So, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I enjoy them.
And let's see. Liv says she likes the red elements because it's a nice contrast to the blue. I do, but that Culver's and orange is bugging.
Right? I think I'm just going to be like, no, I'll just make my own.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I got to get some foliage on here or something.
Some foliage.
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 Because I need to pick up some of this green.
Is Culver's one that you guys have around you, for those that are listening, or is it not one you're familiar with?
We haven't had it for very long, just a couple of years. think. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Olivia, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think it was shortly after the pandemic they opened the first one, and then like in the past year they opened one closer to your house.
Yes.
And then I think there's another one on the other side of town. So I think we have 3 within like this
Okay.
suburbia.
So
Doesn't
what
that
if
always feel weird when you're like, oh, they opened one, and the next thing you know, you have like 3 or 4 of the same one. You're like, can we not have any more of those now? Are we good now?
apparently not around here, Courtney,
People
because
still get way excited about a new anything opening.
and they
So,
will seriously just completely bomb the location, stopping traffic basically. It's terrible.
uh, so Bethany, I'm not positive. I mean, Midwestern possibly. I think it started in Wisconsin. It's funny to me because I live in the Midwest, but the place I went to at first was actually out west in Utah. So, but I know that we do have one here. Kim says they've had it for a very short time in North Texas. And Brenda says, we have one closest to me. And I don't know if she remembers. She's like, either near my mom or one by where I went to college.
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
There's my box of fries. I kept looking for that box of fries.
The cheese curds the cheese curds are my favorite. They're my kids' favorite too. Melinda
Oh,
said they had one when they lived in Colorado Springs, but they don't have one in Virginia. So
their regular French fries are very good.
their regular French fries are good, but their cheese curds. So a lot of places when they do fried cheese curds, they're too greasy or too breaded. These are my big complaints. There's either way too much breading and not enough cheese, or they're
Right.
greasy, and they taste like old or something. Culvers are good, especially if you eat them fresh. Like it's the right amount of breading so it stays crispy. Like they're good. And then Kim says that apparently there's 3 in the town across the lake from me.
She's like, I didn't know, but now I do.
Yeah, they keep opening Mexican restaurants and pizza joints in my town. Like we literally have way too many of them. I don't understand how they're all open still. And people are like, we're getting a new restaurant. People are like, can it please be anything but pizza or Mexican food?
Right.
It's like, yes, please,
Please.
anything, anything but those.
Yeah,
So, which,
we have a good selection, I think, of our Mexican yummies.
so we have the one place that we like to go to that's actually part of a grocery store, but they have a really good burrito for really cheap because they also cater to the high school kids. So
Mm.
that's the place we like to go when we want a burrito. We have a different one that we like to go when we want tacos. And we have a different one that we like to go if we want to have a sit down meal. And then we have one we only go when my mom visits because she loves their taco salad. So we literally only go to that one when my mom visits because of the taco salad.
I don't think I want. I don't think I like these ribbon. Let me take them off.
And that's the funny part to
Yeah.
me is I'm like, I can tell you which one of them I go to based on which like what I want for that food. Like I won't go to the one place for tacos and I won't go to the other place if I want a cheap burrito. You know, it's just it's silly. And that's the ones I go to. There's like 4 more that I don't go to. So it's a little ridiculous for our town size.
Well, I think my family. I know I prefer when we have tacos at home,
Yeah.
and we've gotten to where because you buy the um, taco seasoning in the little packs.
Mhm.
And so, what my husband likes to do is buy one of several kinds, store brand, Taco Bell, um, oh gosh, Old El Paso. I'm trying to think. He uses them all together because usually we make a big old batch. It's
Mhm.
like a family thing we'll do. And so, yeah,
Well, I always get the is it burra tacos? Sorry to anybody who knows how you actually spell that. But it's like the BIRRA, and I've tried to do that meat, and that meat is just too much work for me to do at home. So I would rather
yeah,
pay somebody who does it right. It's not just like regular. tacos, if that makes sense.
Right. Okay.
So, but we're getting a Del Taco because, of course, we need yet another Mexican restaurant. I mean, that doesn't really count. It's fast food, but still. It's like, oh, yay, another one. Which I do like their chicken tacos, and they're usually cheap. So, yeah, that would be the word, Brenda. Birria. Birria. I don't know. It's really good pork, and then they put it in corn tortillas that are little, and they like fry them really quickly, so they're not really like deep fried, but they're just like a little grill fried. And then they have this really good salsa they serve with them. I don't know.
Okay.
Renee says apparently there's one in it, and I think she's talking about the Culvers. 25 miles from me in a town I prefer not to go. Bethany has Shake Shacks. I don't have a Shake. Well, there's one up in Indy, but that's too far away.
We have
Renee
a
says my town finally hit the big time. We got a Starbucks in the last year. Not that I've ever gone there. Kim, Kim says she's one of those people who hates Starbucks. I think we have two plus the Target one. I don't know. I don't go there. We have a really cute little coffee shop though that's like local, and they made it and they took an old bank and turned it into the coffee shop. It's super cute and it's cool because it's an old bank.
okay. Is it helping you now?
Much better.
It looks more purple though.
It does look more purple, but at least it looks like it belongs better. Bria ball sold to thrown in the crock pot with the meat and cook it. Now that's an option. Yeah, Brenda says we made some. It was so much work, but the consomme was so tasty. And that's the thing. Sometimes it's like, is it worth the work to do it myself or just go buy it?
Yeah.
And their tacos are currently still really reasonably priced, and it's a little local place, so I don't mind. I don't mind buying it.
I think I'm gonna
Kim
try.
says she loves the iced tea from Dutch Brothers and also from HTO. That is a super cute name. We don't have a Dutch Brothers. We just barely got a Dunkin' like a year ago. We're on the map
Really?
now. Yeah.
We
But
just
it's
got a
funny.
Dutch Bros.
You just got a Wenchels?
A Dutch Bros.
Oh, a Dutch Bros?
Yeah,
It's like, I
I
didn't know
love it.
Wenchels was still around.
Yeah.
Kim says they keep getting coffee shops. And Brenda says they keep getting car washes. How many car washes do we need? We have 4, plus whatever gas stations have car washes. But 4 seems to be the limit, one in each section of town. So maybe once you hit that, you'll be good, Brenda? I don't know.
The limit does not exist here.
The limit does not exist.
Does not exist. I can't tell you how many are within 10 minutes of me. It's crazy.
I can. There are 4 plus the ones at the gas station. Oh, but one's a pain to turn left into, and one's, it's just funny. And they're in different sections of town.
All right. Is that better?
I think that's better. What do you guys think? I think it looks better. What kit was this again, Cheryl?
This is called Foodie. Oh, hang on.
Is it Foodie Fast Food?
Yeah, and it will be available tomorrow evening.
You're getting a sneak peek, guys.
Yep. Peek 'em, peek 'em. Okay, so here's the orange, just to put it back into perspective here.
If only we had another mattress store, said no one ever.
Right?
That's good, Carly.
They're everywhere. Okay, blue. There's orange. There's blue. What is the consensus?
Carly and I have good taste. The shadows that she currently is using are the ones by Alif Sahin. Like,
Oh,
yep,
yeah.
those are the ones I use with Cheryl's. Cheryl's foliage cannot be beat. Are they just laundering money?
That's my thought about car washes for sure.
Oh, Kim votes blue. Brenda votes blue. I voted blue, but you knew that. Blue is the correct color. Orange stands out better. Ooh. Look at Bethany being all on it.
Okay. And I did the cup.
You know what's funny? The cup wasn't bothering me near as much as the Culver's was bothering.
Yeah. And I
The cup
think,
was like, whatever. Renee says orange. I think you're just going to have to decide what you like.
I feel like
Yeah.
now that you've changed 2 items, like you just gotta change the whole page.
I don't want to
Anything
do
red,
that.
I
anything
don't
needs.
think so. You think so?
You don't have to, but once I see it, then I'm like, oh, you can just copy your little smart filter that you've put on,
Right.
and it'll change everything.
Why does it not let me choose that?
My family also thinks car washes are money laundering. I love it.
Why isn't it letting me copy that smart filter?
You'll want to drag and drop it onto another
Layer. Okay.
layer. Yeah, like
Well,
alt
and
and copy it,
yeah.
and then you can clear the layer mask and make a new layer mask.
Okay.
I don't know if
Yeah.
any of that made sense, but
Yeah. Because I'm actually thinking I want to change that ice cream to more of a greenish color because I had mint chocolate chip.
Ooh, look at you getting all fancy and matching.
Let's see how I can do this. Okay. I don't usually do all these things live. It makes me nervous.
Why does it make you nervous? We're learning.
I believe in you, Mom. You've got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you go forward 2 steps and realize you messed up and go back a step and fix it,
Oh,
that's fine. We all
that's
do that.
perfect.
Or, okay,
Yay.
at least I have to do that quite often. Anybody else do that? Push the wrong tool?
No, we're perfect, Courtney.
Oh, I figured.
No, I can't tell you how many times I mess up something in Photoshop.
There's days, I tell ya, when I'm like, "Oh, I know it's right here," and I'm like, "Nope, it's not right here. Where is it? Okay, where is it?"
Okay.
Of
That
course, I
was
like to blame Photoshop and say, "Obviously, they moved it."
I think that they do move things. And there are some things that I have to Google every time I do it.
I'm just going to leave the pink there. A little highlight. Not going to fuss with that.
It's so fun.
It is. But, we do go out to eat quite a bit, but often we eat it in. Um, and we just cook a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
Jay thinks we're always eating out.
You're like, no, let me show you how many times we ate at home.
Yeah.
I will say that on travel ball weekends, we seem to eat out more than I would prefer. But it's
Well,
hard
we're
because,
kind of at a hard spot there.
yeah. Well, and it depends because, like, on when he's playing the win and you're or lose and you're out, it's like, okay, well, we could be here for an hour, we could be here for 5. I don't know how long we're gonna be here.
Right.
And it's hard to pack enough snacks because then you feel silly when you take home, lunch pails full of food because you lost your first game. Or the second game. Whatever
Yeah.
the case may be.
And I'm such a terrible mother. I'd be like, please lose so I can go home.
Okay, there have been times I have thought that.
Oh, good.
I have not
Always do.
always said that, but there are times I have
Okay,
thought that.
stop it. Ugh,
It just depends on what's going on.
I've got a new little glucose monitor thing,
Mhm.
and it beeps at you when you're out of your range. But it
Oh.
keeps doing it. And I'm like, okay, I know. I'm not
Okay,
taking insulin. There's nothing I can do to fix this right now, but thank you for sharing.
have you seen The Pit?
Uh,
Okay, I thoroughly enjoyed it. But one of the things is one of them's wearing an ankle monitor and it keeps going off because she steps out of range. And that's what I thought of at first when you said that it was out of
it's
range.
monitoring me. It's monitoring me.
Carly says when she makes scrap videos, she always gets paranoid. Not that she'll mess up or do something wrong, but the people are going to judge how I organize my files. You know what I've come to the conclusion of? I don't care. It's taken me a long time to get there, but I don't care. And I don't care like if I do something the long way and there was a much faster, shorter way to do it. I'm like, whatever, I haven't learned that yet. So it's
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't yell at a
Well,
kindergartner for not being able to do algebra.
well, except for Olivia showing me how to do smart objects and how fabulous that is. That was irritating to discover that because it's fabulous when you're doing your previews.
Oh no, I love when you learn how to do something new. And I don't mind if somebody tells me, "Hey, did you know you can do this?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." It's more when people are like, "Ah, why did you do it that way? Don't you know?"
No, she didn't. She didn't do that.
No,
But she was
no, I
like,
didn't
"Why
know.
don't you do this?" And I'm like, "What?" I got mad because I
What?
had been
Why
doing
didn't you
it.
show me that earlier?
I'm like, "What else do you know? I need
You
to
don't
know
know
what
what you
else you
don't know
know."
I
though,
know
and that's the problem.
everything.
Yeah, she has the knowledge. I must have it.
Kim loves The Pit. She says she hasn't finished it yet, but on the episode she watched today, she found out why she has an ankle monitor. Dude, that show. Okay, so my husband is a nurse. I will preface it by saying that. My husband has been through a lot of fun stuff, we'll say. How about fun? While
Right,
being a nurse. And he watched the first episode and he was like, because I told him, like, it's really good, but I don't think you can watch it. And he watched like the first episode and he was like, yeah, I don't know if I can watch this because it's like being at work. I was like,
oh no.
yeah, it's so realistic. Like there's so much of it that is just, yep, that happens. Yep, that happens. Yep. And he never worked in the ER. Like he did a rotation in the ER, but even just being on the floor, you get some of that same stuff just longer because they don't leave as fast as they leave the ER,
Right.
even when they don't leave the ER fast. But yeah. But yeah, so many of the storylines. And I was like, hey, word of warning. And he was like, okay, I don't know if I can do it. But I think he's watched 2 episodes and he's like, I don't know if I'll keep watching. He's like, it's really good and I like it, but it's just too close. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I wasn't sure. But it's a good one. Like if you don't mind a hospital setting, it's kind of fun. And it's not soap opera-y like ER was, if that makes sense.
Doesn't it? Is that the one that has Noah Wiley?
Yeah, but so does the pit.
Yeah, I was. He's in both.
Yes, he's in both.
Yeah.
There's a whole lawsuit over that.
Really?
Yep. So apparently they originally wanted to bring back ER and do something, and the family said no. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever, I don't care. And so then they said, okay, fine, then we're going to do a different show. It still takes place in an ER, but we're going to do a totally different format. And they did, and it's not the same character. But I mean, he's still a doctor. But when he did
Right.
ER, he was a resident becoming a doctor. So they're like, no, it's too close, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, if anything, it reminds me because they just do an hour at a time. So it
Yeah.
makes me think more of that 24 show,
Oh yeah.
not
Mhm.
ER. Like, but maybe that's just because I know somebody who lives these stories every day, and I'm like, you can't really copyright true
Can't compare.
life.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-mm.
yeah. Baby Noah Wiley was in the ER. Older adult Noah Wiley is in the pit. I like that, Kim. That's a good way of putting it. Anybody else watching anything good on TV? I go through phases, and I've been listening to a lot of TV while I've been like scrapping and stuff. So I've been watching Elsbeth, which I just enjoy that character. She's fun, and I don't mind an episode of the week kind of an idea.
I've been watching something probably controversial.
Whatever.
The Secret Lives of Modern Wives.
I've not watched it. Could not tell you a single thing about it.
It's trash TV.
Trash
Yeah.
TV is sometimes fun.
Yes.
I
Which
love
cooking
And
shows, Brenda?
I have been watching a different LDS person, Lori Vallow Daybell, in her third
Oh,
trial for the
she's
attempted murder of
crazy.
her nephew in law. Yeah, it's
To be
crazy.
fair, she kind of sort of left the church when she created her own church that was like, yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
She was still going to temple. I mean, until
yeah,
she was arrested for the other murders. But
yeah,
this is the first one where the victim actually survived. So
yeah, she is insane.
she's a piece of work now.
Yeah,
But
she's a lot.
I find it very fascinating.
I haven't been watching that one. I've been watching the Karen Reed trial.
I have not watched much of that at all. I mean, I know kind of the basics, but um, yeah, I know.
That's also a controversial one, depending on which side you're on.
Well, because I mean, there was like, um, wasn't there accusations of police um, misconduct and
In my personal opinion, regardless of whether she's guilty or innocent, there are definitely police misconduct
yeah,
issues. Like, there's too many people that were too close that were investigating it that it's like, yeah, that's not okay.
right,
And then the fact that they never even bothered to go in the house of the officer, even though, like, he's literally found on his doorstep and he was supposed to be at the house and they never went in the house.
that's
Like, yeah,
crazy.
that's sketch. And having lived out there, I just like to say it's not as crazy as people think. That's all I'm going to say about the idea of the conspiracy theory. I've been around cops who very much protect themselves out in that. They are definitely good old boys in Boston area.
Yeah,
Renee says she didn't see the first one. I didn't watch the first one, but I'd heard about it, and then I was like listening to a deep dive on it, and I was like, oh, now there's a second trial. Ooh, let's go.
right.
Wait, which show, Melinda? Is it the Okay. Oh, I'm catching up. Sorry. So Kim says she's been watching Private Eyes on Hallmark. It's not Hallmarky, it's a detective show. And then um Brenda says 24 and 24 is ridiculous. I watched that. Did they do another season of that? I saw the first one. And Melinda said her daughter made her watch that with her after she moved home. And after a few minutes, I was telling her I thought the ladies had never left high school. Hi, Kennedy. Sorry, my kid is talking.
Talking about
He's chatting on his phone on his
uh,
computer with friends, and he's like, "My friend Kennedy says hi." I'm like, "I don't think I know Kennedy, but okay."
yeah.
Hi, Kennedy. Did she hear me that time? Okay, she heard me that time. Yeah, she. By the way, she. I'm not ready for this.
Yes, you are. You're very ready. You're ready. Just let him go.
Oh.
Let him go do his thing. Yeah. Deep, 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 deep. Okay. So. Mm-hmm. Get it together,
Brenda
Cheryl.
says she binged
Why is it
season 2 and
confused?
texted her brother spoilers. That's
Yeah.
so mean. Oh, mean girls frequently become mean women. This is true. Oh, Mormon Wives. Melinda said the Mormon Wives show. She said the ladies had never left high school. It doesn't
That,
matter if I'm ready.
yeah.
This was 2021. Oh my goodness.
The Culver's photos? Are you
Yeah.
sure? Because I'm pretty sure y'all look about the same. They're
No,
like ageless.
that's from 21.
That's very kind of you, Courtney.
Yes, it
He
is very
spoiled
kind of me.
Tournament of Champions for me. Have you seen? Okay, I don't know which streaming service it's on, but the one where they play like poker, Wild Card. That's what it's called, Wild Card. You might like that one too, Brenda. It's fun. Carly says it feels like they're all playing house. Oh goodness. You know what though? I know mean girls from Utah who, yeah, mean women. I just, yeah. I don't talk to them anymore. Any of the ones I knew.
Olivia, I think before you joined, I was
Mhm.
telling Courtney that we had made a day of it that day. I don't remember what we were doing.
I
We were
think
just,
it was like, 2021, we were coming out of the
oh,
woods.
yeah, yeah. So we went to um, Blue Moon. We went and got Culver's, and then y'all wanted to go to the bookstore, and I waited in the car reading my library book.
You're like, I'm tapping out. I'm tapping out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know me. I was like, okay, I think I've reached my limit.
Yeah.
But Olivia and I went shopping not this Tuesday. Was it last Tuesday? Yeah. And I made it an hour. But since then, I haven't had much luck. Today's better than the other days this week. Today's been pretty
Oh, when
good.
we went to Goodwill,
Yes. And we got all kinds of treasures.
all the treasures.
And, I'm like a person that's never been let out of their home. Like, ooh, look at this. Ooh.
I love that. I'm somebody who's never let out of the home.
So,
We don't let her get out much.
Yeah. You know what? I did that once. I was out with my sibling because, two of them live with me, and I can't even remember which one it is. That's the funnier part. And one of them, and the like cashier looked at us, and I said, "I'm sorry, they don't get out much." And I just deadpanned it, and the cashier just kind of gave me this look like, "Oh, I see."
I'm wondering if I just need to pull this little photo up here.
Sometimes adult siblings can be fun.
And if it would spread around the blue, maybe that's what it is.
Mm.
I liked it over to the left there.
To the left?
Yeah, but
Right there?
like, no, like on top of that burger journal card.
Over here?
No, the burger journal card. Isn't that what it is? It's like a zoomed in burger on the left.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Right there?
layering it over there a little.
Like here? I don't want to
Down.
cover up the little burger.
Well, don't it like cover up like the little ticket things a little.
Oh, gotcha.
It kind of
Yeah.
Or over one and under the other.
yeah, could be tucked in.
Okay, here we go. That one under. Okay, and then I'm going to pull up this.
All right, Cheryl, do you scrap in any special order or just willy-nilly like Carly?
Willy nilly. I am just all over the place.
You scrap what you're in the mood for.
Yeah, and my only tip is that this has worked for me thus far because I do scrap willy nilly. I mark them, and you should do it however you can. Like when I was just using File Explorer, sometimes you could put an X at the front of the photo's file name just so you know that you had already scrapped that particular thing. Um,
Now, that doesn't mean Cheryl never re-scraps a photo, but at least it lets her know she has scrapped it once, so she
right.
can make an educated decision on re-scrapping it.
Good grief. They will not push today. Okay. But then I also have my layouts so I can go look in 2021 if I'm like looking to see something that needs to be, needs a companion page, or I want to make sure it kind of, I don't need them to match when they're next to each other, even if it's the same event, just kind of, so there's a little bit of flow to them. And I think Renee does this too, but I also have all my layouts saved. And I do save the PSDs because it has come in handy when someone passes away and you need to make layouts very quickly. You can almost use them like quick pages. So if you see a layout that you've done, you can just change out the photos and the journaling, and it makes for a really quick slideshow, for you to put one together. But so these are all my layouts that you were just seeing in Lightroom. And then I have an Excel spreadsheet. I gotta bring it over here.
So I save my PSD files too, and this is going to be an interesting comment probably. But when my parents adopted my youngest brother, they changed his name,
Mhm.
and my mom wanted to do a book for him, but she didn't want his old name in it because he didn't really know it because they changed it before he was a year old. So
Gotcha.
she so when I went in to do it, it was really easy to pull them up and change the journaling real quick to be from that to the new name for her.
Right.
But but for me and in my books, he still has the old name for that little bit because it doesn't bother me and it's not
Right.
something that affects me, if that makes sense in that
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
But she wanted the consistency of it all being the same name, especially as he was little and, why did I have this name and then I had this name? It was just easier. So,
So this is,
Kim, TIFFs make sense too. TIFFs are good instead of
yeah,
PSDs.
that's
I
fine.
just am
Either
not
one.
good at saving them.
But this is the Excel sheet, and so that'll have the date, what event happened, or what was happening that day, and the layouts. So for like January 4th, though, this is when I started my last week of radiation. It's a selfie of me. That was all, that was the only picture I took that day. So that day is scrapped, and I just color fill it with this gray color. So you can see some things like I finished the radiation treatment, and so there are like 3 photos of that. There's a birthday dinner for Jay, Judy, and Olivia, so I've got a lot of photos, a lot of layouts from that one. But it's nice, and there's another one that's done. Just Daniel got a haircut and new clothes, and so I took some pictures.
Carly says organizational goals.
Yes, and I do share that Excel file if y'all want it. Let's see if it's still in.
Renee saves the PSP image file since that's the native format for PSP. Carly saves TIFFs so she can see the preview of a file in Windows. I have a program that does it for me, so I don't worry about that aspect of it. But also in my main file, I save a printable copy. So it's usually easy for me to look at the two of them and
Okay.
see.
Number 12.
Kim, I only laugh because I have one next month. Kim says, speaking of radiation, I have a mammogram next week. Probably an ultrasound too.
Yeah, that's no fun. Okay, share.
It's no fun, but good for you for going and getting it.
Copy link.
And Brenda says she just tells people she's an awkward shut-in. She doesn't know how to socialize anymore.
Okay, I'm going to send you this link in a private chat, Courtney, so
Okie
that
doke.
you can share it in the group chat. It's named 2003 calendar of events layouts completed, but you'll just need to change the date and stuff, but it still works.
Oh, Kim says she's on the every 6 months plan. Ooh, Carly's getting her first one next week. They're not fun. I'll be honest with you because you know what? I'd rather somebody was honest with me and said they are not fun,
Yeah.
but they are very important, and Cheryl will tell you that, and she will be there to support you every step of the way.
Yes, I
But they are
will.
not fun.
Go get them, ladies. And don't let the not fun scare you, though.
No.
No, it's
Like,
not that
it's not
bad.
like that. I mean, depending on your pain tolerance, but
Yeah.
it's not good. But still do it.
It's like uncomfortable, but it's not like you're gonna start crying or anything like that. And my first one, the tech was just, I don't know, I think she was in a bad mood that day. It was awful. She was just so rough with me, just, because once you get turned and twisted, you got your arm hanging up in the air. She's like, move your arm over here. Sometimes they have to come in and adjust you. And the lady didn't even tell me what she was doing. So now where I go, they're like, okay, I'm fixing to move, you to the right a little bit. So, you kind of know somebody's coming in to, touch you. But yeah, if I hadn't gone to get that mammogram, I probably would have just kept waiting. And it was weird because what prompted me to go? I think it was that I had that acid reflux. Maybe that's what it was. Anyway, I got in and took it, and they were able to get, I did the lumpectomy, and um, it was, there was a little hiccup in my treatment because I developed an infection. So I was on like 6 weeks of different antibiotics as they were trying to get rid of that. So I didn't start radiation again because I had to restart the whole thing till December and then finished in January. But yeah.
So Carly says she's assuming it's better than the colonoscopy on the horizon.
Okay, the colonoscopy is just embarrassing. It's not, there's nothing uncomfortable about it. You're out of it. You don't know anything. But I am not, okay, let's just say it like it is. I do not pass gas in front of other people. Some people can just let it go whenever it's coming, and I just can't do it. And so when I woke up from that colonoscopy, dear God, I thought I was dying because I had so much gas. And so the nurse came in, I called for her, and I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. And that whole thing was just so embarrassing, but it wasn't, yeah, definitely get it done. It's not something that should stop you.
The prep for the colonoscopy is the problem with that one.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a funny chat.
Yeah, we did kind of get way off into the weeds, didn't we?
We did a little, but
We
that's
were
okay.
talking about um, Culvers and eating, and now we're at someplace else.
Yeah. And we were talking about being socially awkward.
I mean, this is like every conversation in our family, right, Mom? You talk about food, talk about what you're gonna eat next, and you talk about how it all came out.
Yep. No, I can't eat that. You never know what's going to happen. But yeah, and we'll be planning the next meal. Um, we're definitely a food oriented family. And I was just talking the other day about before my brother left for basic training, he was going in the army. And we all loved The Lord of the Rings, but I think Anna had gotten the trilogy with the extended scenes. No, we didn't have extended scenes because if we did, we'd still be there watching it. But we watched that. We started in the morning and we were at my dad's house, and they always have food, like lots of food. At that point in time, my stepmom was working for a food distributor, so she had like like funky snacks and stuff, cheeses, meats, that kind of thing. And so my dad, I think, ended up going to the grocery store 3 times that day because that's all we did was eat the
That's
whole
all you
time we were watching. And then, of course, um, in the Lord of the Rings, one of the quotes is "Meat's back on the menu, boys." So that's one of our big things we say to each other. And then at the very end, we were all screaming for him to throw the darn ring in the fire. Just throw it already. It was like 20 minutes of him crawling.
Yes.
And it was terrible.
Spoiler, gosh.
Yeah. Sorry if you haven't seen it.
You had time. Sorry. We didn't
Yeah,
spoil
you have
anything.
plenty of time.
It's only been a couple thousand years, it feels like.
Right. Okay. Let's see here. What else do I want to do? I think I'm gonna call it. Hmm.
Yeah, I have a teenage boy who is very active in physical sports. So right now we have second breakfasts and he'll come in and say, "Okay, I'm ready for second dinner." I go, "Okay."
What?
Like, enjoy? What are you gonna find? Good
Right.
luck.
All right, ladies. Well, I've taken up a lot of your time tonight. We're over time a little bit, but I did get a layout finished, and I'll get the journaling on it real quick and post it tomorrow. Um, but you should be able to watch the replay tonight if you need to come back and look at anything. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
And y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next month. Courtney, I do need to talk to you because next month is.
That is our fireworks night, and you won't be able to hear me.
Yeah. Um,
Our city
well,
fireworks are so close to the house, you wouldn't hear me.
yeah. That whole weekend is a big weekend for people
Yeah.
anyway.
We
So,
will figure it out and let you guys know.
yeah, we may push it out to the 10th. We'll see. Or we may just go into August. We'll see.
We'll figure it out. I'm sure we'll pop up in July.
All right, dears.
All
See
right.
you next
Bye,
time.
everybody.